What good is a fast car, a flash house and a gold-plated dunny to me? Absolutely no good at all. I've been put on this planet to protect wildlife and wilderness areas, which in essence is going to help humanity.
Well, a local fisherman is sounding the alarm about garbage in and around the South Saskatchewan River.
An Alberta angler has a reminder for all of us after a recent catch caught him off guard.
After coming across a fish in distress this weekend, Adam Turnbull was fishing on the South Saskatchewan on Saturday. He caught a northern pike, which he initially thought was wounded when he reeled it in. After a closer look, he found a plastic wrapper from an energy drink was trapped around the fish's body. Turnbull managed to cut the plastic from the fish and he released it back into the river. He posted a story on Facebook, which has been shared more than 18,000 times since. Turnbull says he's happy the message is getting out about keeping waterways clean.
It's obviously a huge issue. If you take a walk down the South Saskatchewan River, you're going to see minnow tubs, you're going to see worm bags everywhere. So, I mean, just kind of brings to light the issue. Pick up after yourself. You pack it in, pack it out.
Well, it's now 3 years and 30,000 shares later. That Facebook post has been shared from everyone from like Fox News, Tampa, Florida, Bam Margera, Zoe Deschanel. I don't really know who she is, but people tell me she's a big deal. Now let me tell you guys about a slow-ass day of fishing. So, it was like a September day, super hot out. The spot I was at, it's not easy to get there. It's a pretty good hike, across a couple creeks. And I had caught one sauger in about 8 hours. Now, I love sauger, but 1 in 8 hours? I've had better days. So late into the day, I hook into this fish, fighting like any other small fish. I get it to shore quickly, and as I'm getting it to shore, I see this thing cut in the water, and I'm like, am I fighting a giant swim bait right now? Like, what is that? And I get it in, and I notice I got a pike. And this pike has a giant laceration around the center of it. This laceration happens to be garbage. It's a Powerade wrapper. Now, to say I haven't littered before would be a huge lie. I've done it. We're all guilty of it. I'm sorry if you haven't. But at that point, I was pretty disgusted with humanity and knew I had to do something. So I cut the wrapper off the fish and snapped a couple photos and released it. Now, when I release this fish, choose to believe me or not, I don't care. This fish takes off, comes right back to shore. Like, probably realistically, there's a bigger pike sitting out there that was going to crush him. But I'd like to think that he was saying thanks, homie. So I went home and I posted this fish on Facebook. My mom was like, Adam, you got to make this shareable. Now, my Facebook was pretty locked down at that point. I wasn't like doing this whole fishing thing. I just kind of fished for fun. Like I say, I was just bait fishing and caught a pike and had no idea what was about to happen. So I woke up in the morning and this post had like, I don't know, somewhere between 5,000 and 8,000 shares. It was like 3 years ago, like I say, so I can't remember the exact number. I apologize. But I started reading the comments. I mean, probably because my mom was like, you should read the comments about yourself on this post, Adam. It's not how my mom sounds. I'm sorry, Mom. I know you're going to watch this. So as I'm reading through these comments, I got good comments. I got comments that are making me think about what I do. And I mean, not necessarily making me think about what I do, but like respectable comments asking me why I do what I do if I think that this is wrong, that this fish that was trapped in garbage hurting is worse than me hooking them in the face. And you know what? Like, I respect that opinion. But I'm still fishing every day. I mean, it's just what I do. I'm a catch and release guy, so I mean, I'd like to think that yes, while I am hooking them in the face, they are still doing their thing the next day. I mean, I've caught the same fish before, so I know that they do. I had bad comments. And then I had people who called me a serial killer. I mean, I don't know. Like I just said, I'm a catch and release guy, but I don't know. Apparently fishing makes you a serial killer these days, guys, so watch out for cops, I guess. I also want to thank these two lovely ladies for their wonderful comments. in these comments somewhere, a biologist commented, and I believe that's how I got into contact with them anyways. And they kind of explained to me why this fish was able to survive, because it was one of the questions I had. I mean, clearly the fish had been in this piece of plastic for a long time, and I didn't know how it could continue to grow in such a tiny piece of plastic. And what actually happened, I'll show you in a slide here, is the plastic was back just far enough where food was passing through the stomach and then getting trapped in, or not getting trapped, but having trouble passing through the intestines. So the fish was still able to grow. It would just have trouble passing its food. So over the next coming days, I had media outlets blowing up my inbox. I mean, I would get a break from work and I would have Chat TV or news outlets show up to interview me or phone me to interview me. It was kind of cool to know that my message was getting across the world. I mean, right now I have a magazine sitting on my desk from New Zealand. New Zealand boating. Check them out. But they ran an article about it. So it's just super cool to see it all the way across the world and my message really getting out there. So where I caught this fish, I actually frequent it quite a bit. So I'm hoping to catch it one day. And I'm hoping it'll be 40 inches instead of like 18 to 20. That'd be super cool to know it survived that long and to see where like the scar got to. Because I mean, it was pretty crazy. If you look at the pictures, that it was literally embedded inside the fish. So it's pretty cool that it was able to survive. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the Powerade Pike episode. I got a lot more things coming your way. I'm going to try to keep things coming every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. So keep your eyes peeled. And here's a few more videos that featured the Horseshoe Kid and the Powerade Pike. So check them out. And I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Horseshoe Kid's out.
There are tiny pieces of plastic in the seafood you're eating. That's because the plastic we dump in our ocean ends up in our salmon avocado rolls and tuna burgers. In Europe alone, people ingested 11,000 tiny pieces of plastic through their seafood last year. Because if plastic goes into the ocean, fish will eat it. And when we eat those fish, it's a circle of life. There's so much plastic in our oceans that this guy found a fish that had grown around a piece of plastic. It's crazy.
Matt Patacchio reports he reeled in a shocking discovery all because somebody littered. As an avid fisherman, Medicine Hat's Adam Turnbull is down by the river nearly every day. But his latest catch in the South Saskatchewan River may have been his most disturbing.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, it's suffering.
Adam caught this deformed northern pike, a Powerade drink wrapper tightly wrapped around the fish's midsection.
How is this fish alive, first of all? Like I say, because it was in the plastic. And then second thought was get it back in the water, but to get the plastic off it.
Turnbull removed the wrapper and sent the fish back into the water, but was left frustrated.
I want to have the purest oceans. I want to be able to drink water straight out of that creek. I want to stop the ozone layer. I want to save the world.